Hey friends, welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido. And during this heat wave in Northern California, we are staying cool at an elevation of 6,700 feet, high on a shoulder of Mount Shasta. But seriously, would you take a look at this view? This episode of Grand Adventure is sponsored by the Dyrt PRO. Find the campsite that's right for you, either on the web or in their #1 ranked mobile apps. Get extra features and functionality with an annual membership to the Dyrt PRO. Try it all for free for 30 days with the promo code Grand Adventure. We're in an extremely popular boondocking area called Sand Flat. Located at over 6,700 feet of elevation, just 7/10 of a mile off the paved Everett Memorial Highway that ascends the southwestern flank of the Mount Shasta volcano, elevation 14,180 feet. It's one of the few relatively level areas off the Everett Memorial Highway, which climbs over 4,000 feet of elevation in just 15 miles from Mount Shasta City. I mentioned that Sand Flat was extremely popular, but probably never more so than during the summer solstice, which coincides with our visit, when many counterculture types gather to celebrate the event at a location that many believe to be mystical and spiritual. Mount Shasta has been a focus of legends for the Klamath tribes, who hold that the mountain is inhabited by Skell, the spirit of the above world, and also for white men, centered on a hidden city within the mountain populated by advanced beings from the lost continent of Lemuria. Believers in the spiritual significance of the harmonic convergence describe Mount Shasta as one of a small number of global power centers, like Sedona, Arizona, and Mount Shasta remains a focus of New Age attention. Should you decide to camp here, realize that access from the paved road is only 1 lane wide, and as rough as I'd like to tow our fifth wheel on, thanks to many embedded rocks. Sand Flat Road loops back to the Everett Memorial Highway, but make sure to take this lower entrance, which is much less rutted than the upper entrance. You'll find lots of other places to camp around Mount Shasta, along with around 45,000 other campgrounds and boondocking sites all over the U.S. at our video sponsor, the Dyrt PRO. Get a free 30-day trial of all of the Dyrt PRO features just for being a grand adventurer, including campsite directories, trip planning, public land and cell service map layers, and discounts on campgrounds and camping gear, just by using the promo code GRANDADVENTURE. So what do you have to lose? Click the link below in the video description to try the Dyrt PRO for free today. Towering Mount Shasta, a potentially active volcano, dominates the landscape from virtually any location for many miles around, as it towers nearly 10,000 feet above the surrounding land. There are fumaroles on the mountain which show that Mount Shasta is still alive. It's the second highest peak in the Cascade Mountains that run from Northern California into British Columbia. There are 7 named glaciers on Mount Shasta, and the mountain and surrounding area are part of the Shasta Trinity National Forest. Our campsite is only an 8-mile drive from the shops and services in the attractive city of Mount Shasta, where 3,200 people reside at the base of the Everett Memorial Highway. Visitors use the city as a base for trout fishing in the nearby rivers and for climbing Mount Shasta. The town site was first known as Strawberry Valley, and then as Berryvale, its name when the post office opened in 1870. By 1886, it was known as Sisson, after a local businessman who ran a stagecoach inn and tavern, as well as donated the land for the town site. The 1887 completion of the Central Pacific Railroad through town brought a dramatic increase in tourism, lumbering, and population into Mount Shasta. The name was finalized as City of Mount Shasta in 1925 following a popular vote. Mount Shasta is far more prosperous than the town of Weed, just a few miles to the north along Interstate 5 and on the northwest side of the mountain. However, a California city with a name like Weed gives rise to an opportunity to score some very unique souvenirs. Traveling south along I-5 from Mount Shasta for a few miles leads to the town of Dunsmuir. Currently a hub for tourism, it was formerly notable as a site of an important Central Pacific Railroad yard, where extra steam locomotives were added to assist trains on the grade to the north. This downtown area is now a designated historic district on the National Register of Historic Places. Finally, on US 97 along the southern flank of Mount Shasta sits the town of McCloud. With a population of less than 1,000, McCloud nevertheless sees many visitors who come here for famed trout fishing, climbing Mount Shasta, or alpine and Nordic skiing in the winter. So there are a lot of natural things to see and do, not just on Mount Shasta, but also surrounding Mount Shasta. We're here at McCloud Falls. If you're just passing through the area along I-5, Hedge Creek Falls is a small cascade located right off the freeway on the northern edge of Dunsmuir. There's a small cave located behind the waterfall, allowing visitors to walk behind the cascading water. Its close proximity to Interstate 5 makes the waterfall a very popular stopping point for passing motorists. Castle Lake is a glacial lake, or tarn, located in the Trinity Mountains, just southwest of the city of Mount Shasta. There's a thunderstorm passing overhead, but I may just need to return here this weekend for a pleasant paddle. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, perfect for returning to Castle Lake, to kayak, as Homie and Ann take our dogs for a hike. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed visiting the Mount Shasta area with us. If you like this episode, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, you'll find the comment section, and we always love to hear from you after each grand adventure that we air every Wednesday evening. So if you're not yet a grand adventurer, now is the perfect time. Go smash that little red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a grand adventure. Also, we'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. So until next week, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.